Okay, Kyle, for those of you who aren't familiar with you, tell me your show history. Just give me like a brief rundown of what you've done.
Yeah, I mean, I started out in Vermont, where actually I was originally from. My first show was a natural show, I think it was OCB organization. Smaller show, but it was my first show ever. So ended up being actually a middleweight at that point, 176 pounds.
Wow.
So I started off really light, went in there, actually took first place in that. Then my next show, I went into New York. I ended up being a light heavyweight, another natural show as well. And then from there, I won the first place overall.
Excellent.
They were first place overall, and basically from that point on, I didn't win the overall, the complete overall, but as a novice overall. So I knew I had some work to do. So I ended up moving to Florida. In 2011, my first show in Florida was the West Palm Beach Classic. And actually came in second place as a light heavyweight there, my first NPC show.
Excellent.
So I still needed work from there. And second place, I wasn't happy with it. I wanted to win, obviously. That was my goal every time, is to go in as a win. But that's the main mindset. You got to have that mindset to win. So from there, I went into the Sunshine Classic, which is a national qualifier. So I knew I had to actually, bust my ass there to get to where I need to be. So I knew it was going to be a big show, a lot of competitors, which ended up being a lot of competitors. So ended up coming in first place there, qualified for nationals.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a good experience. So Sunshine was a big show, a lot of competitors. I think it was a class of about 15 or so.
Yes.
It's a big show, so that was made me feel great. Did what I needed to do to get that work. Came in condition as possible, and that showed on stage. I had striated glutes. My back was really lean. So overall conditioning was huge. The diet was key. Cardio was key. So that was the hardest I ever worked for a show. So it paid off though. So that was good. And then from there, I went on to do the junior nationals. So I qualified for nationals. Went on the actually junior USA's in South Carolina, and that was actually a year ago now in May. 2 years ago now in May. Ended up winning light heavyweight there as well. So my first national show, I wanted to place top 10.
Fantastic.
Actually ended up better. I ended up being the winner.
Excellent.
So came in second place overall in that show. So from there, I kind of figured out what I wanted to do, and I went on to nationals. I said, you know what, it's time to just go in the big show. Go for the big boys.
Go for the big boys.
Exactly, went to the big boys. From there, actually, my goal was once again place top 10 in a big show like that. So it actually ended up I was fourth place, 2 away from my pro card. So happy with where I placed, but I wasn't happy, at the end result.
Great first showing, though.
Exactly, it was great. First national show, biggest show of the year usually. So I was pretty happy with the result, but still not where I wanted to be. So first place is my next in mind, and I want to get that pro card. So my next show is going to be nationals down in Miami this time around. Took a full year and a half off to prep for that. Now we're going to go in looking to get that pro card.
You want to get that pro card.
That's the main goal.
That is fantastic. So now, from beginning to now, tell me 2 things you've probably learned that's really key for those that are wanting to get on that stage.
Train smarter, not necessarily harder. So depending, like I said, a lot of times people go in there, lift heavy, not get the correct form, they're not going to grow. So when I was younger, my ego took over. I was one of those ego lifters, wanted to go heavy as possible. Now, more volume, smarter form, better technique, and then obviously overall growth that way. So it's helped me to where I need to be, to get leaner, get thicker, more dense, and I don't necessarily need to go heavy all the time where my joints and tendons will start aching. So kind of laid back off the weight. I'll go heavy once in a while, don't get me wrong, but you got to be smarter when it comes to training. Plus, I'm getting older now, so body, I got to make sure the longevity in the sport's going to continue. So.
Well, that's the key about bodybuilding, the muscle maturity is a part of what makes a really good bodybuilder.
Correct.
So you're on the right path.